Have you been keeping an eye on the news lately? If so, you already know we've got an upcoming Social Security adjustment on the horizon. We're going to cut right through all the noise and break down exactly what these annual changes actually mean for your monthly check.
You've probably been hearing the whispers, right? Another Social Security adjustment is coming. And if you're tuned in, you are likely wondering exactly how this is going to impact your personal wallet. Honestly, it's one of the most highly anticipated announcements of the entire year, and for very good reason.
This is a massive update. We're talking about something that could directly affect the monthly income of more than 70 million Americans who are either currently receiving benefits or planning to retire soon. But here's the catch. Many people hear words like adjustment and immediately assume, great, I'm getting a much bigger payment. Unfortunately, as we're going to see, that is not always how it works.
So, in today's explainer, we'll quickly cover 1. What the adjustment actually is, 2. Why it matters, 3. What hidden deductions might reduce your increase, 4. Steps to take right now, and 5. We'll bust some common Social Security myths.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1. What is the adjustment? Let's look at the mechanism behind the change.
So, every year, your Social Security benefits can change. The most common adjustment you'll hear about is known as COLA, which stands for Cost of Living Adjustment. Its entire purpose is just to help you maintain your purchasing power against those frustratingly rising costs for things like groceries, rent, and healthcare. You have to remember, it's not a bonus. It's a mechanism designed to help you keep your head above water as the economy shifts around you.
And the rules governing these changes are incredibly strict. This adjustment is based entirely on hard inflation data that's collected throughout the year. Basically, when inflation rises, benefits generally increase. But when inflation slows down, that increase is usually much smaller. The absolutely crucial takeaway here is that your benefit changes are tied strictly to the economy, not to political promises or flashy election headlines.
Moving right along to Section 2, why this adjustment matters. Let's talk about expectation versus reality.
You know, even a modest increase really does make a meaningful difference over an entire year. For folks living primarily on Social Security, this extra amount each month acts as an essential lifeline. It helps cover those unavoidable daily expenses, prescription medications, utility bills, groceries, transportation, and healthcare. These are the baseline costs of living that you literally cannot ignore.
But actually, the reality is a little more complicated. Higher benefits don't always mean you're financially ahead. If inflation remains high, this additional money might just offset your higher living costs. This is exactly why so many retirees get a physically larger check in the mail, but they don't actually feel any richer. The dollars went up, sure, but the cost of surviving went up right alongside them.
Which brings us to Section 3. What reduces your increase? Let's uncover those hidden deductions.
A bigger gross payment absolutely does not guarantee more money in your pocket. Often, before that money even hits your bank account, higher Medicare premiums swoop in and take their cut. Because, well, nothing says happy retirement quite like unavoidable bureaucratic overhead, right? Combine that direct deduction with increased tax burdens that catch a lot of retirees off guard as their gross income rises, plus escalating insurance costs and everyday inflation, you could start to see how significantly your actual take-home amount gets chipped away.
So, what can we do about it? Section 4. Steps to take now. This is your action plan.
Knowledge without action isn't going to protect your wallet. Instead of just feeling helpless against inflation or just sitting around waiting for the new payment, here are 5 steps you can take right now. First, review your monthly budget. You need to understand where every single dollar is going. Second, check your official Social Security account regularly to stay informed. And please, avoid those wild social media rumors. Third, prepare for healthcare expenses, because medical costs almost always rise faster than general inflation. Fourth, avoid making major financial decisions based solely on what you expect the increase to be. And fifth, if you're nearing retirement, strategically consider your claiming age. Choosing the right time to claim can have a vastly larger impact than any single annual adjustment.
All right, heading into our final section, Section 5, Common Social Security Myths. Let's separate fact from fiction.
Let's quickly clear up a few pervasive myths that trap way too many retirees into false expectations. Myth number 1. Everyone gets the exact same increase. No way, that's not true. In reality, while the percentage adjustment is similar across the board, your specific dollar amount depends entirely on the size of your current benefit base. A 3% increase on a $2,000 base is going to yield more actual dollars than a 3% increase on a $1,000 base. It is not a flat dollar raise for everyone. Then there's myth number 2. A larger Social Security check means you're wealthier. Well, as we just discussed, if inflation is rising at the exact same pace as your benefit increase, your true purchasing power remains basically unchanged. Remember, COLA is designed to keep you steady, not to make you wealthy.
And finally, myth number 3. You don't need to pay attention to Social Security updates, they just happen automatically. Listen, that is a massive mistake. Actively staying informed is quite literally the only way to effectively navigate a fixed income budget. Knowing what's coming allows you to adapt way before you actually feel the financial pinch.
So, bringing this all together, the upcoming adjustment is absolutely important, for sure, but it's really like one piece of a giant puzzle when it comes to your overall retirement plan. The most successful retirees don't simply wait around for their annual COLA increase. They budget wisely, they meticulously monitor inflation, they deeply understand their benefits, and they make informed, confident financial decisions all year round.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a question.